Coming at you from the OLR podcast studio.
It's really more of a basement.
Coming to you from the OLR basement studio.
But it's still a podcast.
Coming to you from the podcast basement studio.
Yeah, but you still need to say OLR.
Coming to you from the OLR podcast basement studio.
Oh, that's way too many words.
Coming at you.
That's not enough. You still need to say OLR.
Let's just start. It's OLR. Blow the dust off.
Long time no see. Oh, pal.
What are you doing, old buddy?
I started to miss you a little bit.
We're not in sync today. That's for sure. You and I.
It's because it's 98 degrees.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like that?
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. This is what they call, or not what they call, what I've been referring to as temper tantrum weather.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So when you're outside all day and you start getting real hot and you're sweating and what you're doing isn't going well, time to throw a little
tantrum.
Time to throw a little temper tantrum.
Is that what your text message was a while ago?
It was a little bit of a temper tantrum. But let me read this. Let me read this to people.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to read it in its entirety.
You're pretty articulate. Go ahead. You can read well.
So what I said was, what time will you be here deciding on food? In retrospect, what would be your response to a question that says, what time will you be here?
5 minutes. I've already eaten.
5 minutes is a good one, right?
Yeah.
5 minutes. That's a good response. Taking the time and adding 5 minutes and saying that time is a good response. You know what response I got was, I'm in Red Bowling.
Which is 5 minutes from here. And give or take, you know where it's at.
I said to myself, okay, I know how long it takes to get to Red Bowling, but sometimes you don't come straight here.
Accurate.
You make loop-de-loops and circles to get here.
Sometimes.
So I said, are you coming straight here or nah?
Yeah, you did. And I said...
Yeah, so you said...
Well, what would have been the proper response? Would have been like...
coming straight there.
Yep. Getting in my truck.
Coming straight to you.
Heading your way.
Yeah. Or, I'm going to be a few minutes. Either one.
Yeah.
Either one would have been a good answer to that. You said, tell me what to do, Chemo.
Kemosabe.
Yeah,
yes.
Kemosabe. That's what I thought. One, either Chemo's a wrestler or two, Kemosabe. I said, I don't know what you are reading into these questions. They're fairly straightforward. Just answer one of them.
Uh-huh.
You said, I smacked my wife for talking to me like that.
It's a joke.
Obviously. To which I responded, Jesus Christ, did she tell you to finally answer the fucking question after you did it? You said, I can kill time is all I'm saying if you wanted to go get food.
I was trying to be diplomatic here.
I said, just come on before I hang myself. You said, maybe you need a Snickers. To which we started sending memes or GIFs or GIFs or whatever they are.
Whatever they will be.
Whatever they will be. Of me slapping a Snickers out of somebody's hand, thinking about it.
Baby back bitch, you needed a Snickers.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got here.
Yeah. Then you sent the Rihanna meme.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
That was actually just I wasn't proud of the Rihanna meme.
I wasn't either. It wasn't your best work, but it was all right.
Did you know, as of 13 days ago, you're not supposed to be actually having your phone in your hand while driving a motor vehicle? And I wasn't pulled off on the side of 52 sitting those, so...
So it was what you had to work with.
I typed in diva under GIFs.
And you got Rihanna.
I got Rihanna. It was the first one I saw.
And then grabbed it. Well, there you go.
Then I thought you were standing me up on food when you had supper cooked.
Yeah, yeah. So I had supper in my bowl, and you were walking up. I said, would you like some? And then you said, what is it? And I started to explain to you. And I was pointing at the food that wasn't in there.
And you said,
there's nothing left. But you said, hold on. Are you trying to tell me you've offered me food and there's none left?
Yeah.
I said, no. There's none left in my bowl. I'm pointing at nothing. I'm literally pointing at something that's not there and trying to tell you what it is.
Yeah, I thought you were being a dick. And
I wasn't. I was just trying
I hope
we haven't done this for a while.
It's not. I even tried to hit you up when I was on vacation and got the big.
Got the big silent treatment.
Left me on red, as the kids say.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I literally had 10 days to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, you were on vacation.
I like vacations better. We'll get into my vacation a little bit.
I tried to get you to do one on last Wednesday. You were still working.
I had a bitch of a work week last week. Like literally, we don't talk work on here, and I won't get into it. But like I had nothing to do when I left on vacation. Came in, and my usual work schedule 7 to 3:30.
Mm-hmm.
Left at 5:30, 6, 6:15. It was one of those weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was not ideal last week, and I don't see it getting any better. So
this week's heading for more of the same. Looks like
temper tantrum weather and in a hot warehouse.
Temper tantrum weather.
Remember at one time I took that job in an air conditioned office and I wore khakis and button ups, and I was like,
and then you said, forget this.
Yeah, I'm a working man. I'm gonna go back to working.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's anything available.
Is there an air conditioned job available somewhere?
Warehouse down there. So anyway, in the month that we've taken off here, Doug Martin said he thought we'd broke up on a hiatus again.
We did. We broke up.
Mackie called and said, "You boys ever going to record a podcast again, or what's the deal?" I said, God dang.
We took vacation.
We did. Took vacation, but we did have some follow up from our last show. A couple notes I was wanting to take.
Yeah.
A few of our, I went on my tangent about the maternity pictures grossing me out.
Yeah.
For really no rhyme or reason other than it's just weird. And weird. So Brandon Gregory, in all his glory, sends me the internet's worst. God,
maternity pictures.
Derek Wilbright done the same. Brandon texted to me. Derek, I think, tagged me on Facebook about them.
Yeah,
there's some pretty tough ones. You're gonna type it in, and man, they're weird enough, and then people do this.
Yeah,
then the internet goes to work.
The internet really is undefeated, aren't they?
That's the best way to put it every time.
Yeah, they're undefeated. It's undefeated. Well, that one's kind of. I don't know if it's funny or not.
They're from Alabama.
Yeah, they're not. They're not from here. So
those are my ankles on an everyday basis.
Yeah, the first one under worst maternity pictures is a guy using an air pump to pump up his wife's belly through her navel.
Stupid.
And then Kim Kardashian's ankles pouring out of a set of high heels. I don't know why that one's so bad.
These aren't hitting.
Mm-hmm.
These ain't really. That's a good one. I mean, that's at least one. It's not. It's a maternity picture. It's not really.
Well, these aren't. That one was at least funny.
Yeah, dude.
The guy holding his belly. Unfortunately, he's not even that bad of shape.
No, I would take that.
I'm all right with that. Yeah. I'm all right with that.
I get pissed off when people will talk about dad bods on the internet. And they're showing like some football player or actor with a dad bod. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you don't know what a dad bod is. The dad bod I was thinking about the other day. The dad bods that I see are like Chris Pratt when he's about 3 weeks from starting Guardians of the Galaxy, when he's still got just a little bit of baby fat on there.
Yeah. You can still see a part of the six pack.
Yeah, you can still see all of the six pack, but it's just a little softer than what you'd see it in the movie.
Skipping ahead because I was going to talk about this one time, but Lindsay said this is the first time we went on vacation where you didn't at least hit cardio at least a little bit before vacation, and I said, yeah, I just fuck it.
Yeah, it wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to do any good.
I mean, a month out, I thought about it.
Right.
3 weeks out, I was like, yeah, I need to. Then 2 weeks out, I was like, man, I really need to hit this. Then it just was like, no. I just come to the conclusion, I'm 11 hours from home, and there's always going to be somebody worse shape than you on the beach. And they're proud of it. Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Now, there's the times when you sit down and you're sitting next to 3 22-year-old college girls that are together on vacation, and you're like, well, this sucks. I'm about to take this shirt off.
I told my wife the other day, I've never seen that's stupid. I seen a drunk guy dunking his pregnant wife's belly. I told Kara the other day, anytime you've ever seen great big muscles on a guy, well, that's not for women. That's for other guys. That's not.
Yeah.
you don't get jacked and big and buff like that for women. You get jacked and buff like that. So other guys go, damn, look how big that guy is.
Because you've worked out for 20 years.
Right.
And, I work out every 2 years. And it's something, but I've been in plenty of gyms over the time. And, you know how many times that me and Lindsay have been somewhere or anything?
And she said,
no, we'll pass a guy that's jacked.
Yeah.
She may in her mind go, damn.
Yeah, right.
Dude's nice. Dude's hot, She ain't the one that turns around and looks.
No, never.
I'll say, God damn, did you see that big old son of a bitch? He looked good. God, did you see his traps?
Yeah. I was walking through a bar one time in Knoxville, and this great big guy comes walking through. And I was lifting pretty heavy. I was pretty big at that point in time. Great big guy comes through, and I went, damn, man. Good working out,
Stroked him off a little bit.
I hit him on the shoulder and said, good job. He said, thanks, man. You too. And we both knew what it was. We both know what we was talking about.
He asked you trying to get the pipe?
Yeah, I mean, I took it, but, I went home with the guy. But I never seen a girl. I've never seen a girl even go up to the guy, Never even looked at him.
That's what Jim Ross, the old wrestling announcer, he says that's what makes a trait in what's what you want in a pro wrestler. If you're going through an airport, and he said it, and a woman turns around and looks at him, but dudes do too.
Yeah.
He said they got that look. That's the look. That's the trait. Like, okay, he's a star.
Yeah.
'Cause he looks good.
Yeah, they both looked at him.
He checks that box. It's old saying, the women want to be with him and the men want to be him,
Yeah.
Same with women.
Yeah.
Same with.
I've never had that.
My deal is like when you talk about working out stuff, and you obviously are not the type of. First off, you don't do social media, but like even if you were, we know people that work out who are douchebags.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes with the territory. Unfortunately, when you get to working out, you kind of turn into douchebags.
Sometimes,
not
every time. Sometimes,
and that's where I'm going. But and a lot of nice guys are not. They're not douchey.
Right.
There's a buddy of ours that listens to the show. We kind of poke jabs at another guy for working out,
and flexing real hard.
Well, I just flex it, and like being proud that he's works out.
Yeah.
So old boy posted something on his Snapchat, my friend, and I said, "Damn, son," and I said, "Damn."
Yeah.
With the dude's name that we kind of jab with. I was like, "Son, you looking like old boy." He's like, "Oh shit, I should have." So but like, the ultimate line is like, "Dude, leave your shirt on."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even mad at people that post their workout videos or whatever, because ultimately, it's not really any different than you and I sitting down with a microphone.
Oh yeah.
Every week. I mean, this is our hobby. That's their hobby. We put ours on the internet for everybody to pick at.
Yeah.
People might love their workout videos, or people, just like people love us, but they're going to also sit down and listen and critique it. They're opening themselves up for the same criticism you and I are. But I just feel like, okay, leave your shirt on.
You better believe, though. You better believe that me at 34 years old, that's been lifting weights since I bought my first set of weights at 13 and have never seen my abs, that whenever I see all 8 of them, I'm taking my damn shirt off and you're taking a picture of it like I'm working out.
That's fine. But some people don't.
You can post that shit.
Yeah.
Write douchebag across the top of it.
I just feel like it adds
Tell everybody I'm gay. I don't care. Everybody's seen it.
I don't know. I just feel like it adds an extra level.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm just saying, like, I've seen that. You all see the guys that like hashtag absolutely. Suck yourself off for God's sakes. People think people have called me needy in the past. Good Lord, if you take your shirt off and work out in a goddamn video.
Yeah, I'll never forget. And I've probably told this story at some point in time. I'll never forget. I was in the gym at Tech. You remember it was just lined with mirrors, and this guy walks across the room, and he walks straight up to the mirror and gives it to the old Shooter McGavin.
About spit my beer out.
He gave it to himself. He winked at himself and gave himself the Shooter McGavin in the mirror like, you sexy son of a bitch.
Suck
Look at this
me
guy.
beautiful.
Yeah, God, kiss this guy. This guy's been killing it right here.
Oh, my God.
Now, he could have been pre-gaming. He could have been something else, but he sure did it. And I was like, Well, that happened. I can't unsee that. That happened.
Wow, you think that guy takes a lot of selfies
Oh
on Snapchat?
yeah. If he didn't gain the 125 pounds after that, then he's still taking selfies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He
duck faced. He duck faced selfies.
Teaches them, man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're the douchebags on microphones, and some guys are just douchebags in the weight room. I mean, it's all the same. We're all different. We're all the same.
Yeah. We're all guys.
Yeah.
Testosterone makes you do stupid shit. It just does.
And estrogen is part of it.
Yeah.
Not estrogen as much as the, girls that have the estrogen. That's when we really do this dumb stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it's just
Yeah.
Jeez. And it's people are when it's art. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a bunch of tech working out stories pop back up in my head right then. we was working out, and I was probably 6 months into it. I was starting to get some muscles where you could see them, whatnot. And this guy come to work out with us, and it was me and my old lifting partner, and so this guy come up, and anyway, they had like a broom handle, an old wooden broom, handle, and I was stretching with it, and somehow it got away from me, and I was tight as a banjo string, and my hand went flop, turned it around real fast, and I slapped that guy that was just come to work out with us that night.
Oh, well,
banjo string just slapped him right upside the face, hit him, strapped him across the face. I turned around and went, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry." He goes, "Just shut up, pretend like it didn't happen." I said, "Okay, will do. Will do, buddy."
Yeah, I didn't even like
I passed out in there one morning too. I was working out one morning, working out one morning by myself, and I was doing it's the GHD. It's the gluten ham developer. It's the thing that you lay your legs across and you hook your ankles in and you do like back extensions with.
Yep.
And I was doing that, and I'd grab some weight or something, and that thing you gotta give yourself a second after you've been hanging upside down with all the blood flow cut off. You gotta give yourself a second, and I didn't. I just jumped up and jumped off of it and passed out. And so where they used to set it tech was over between the little short wall. Over there beside the little short wall. So I fell in between the short wall, the gluten ham developer, and one of the quad extension, leg extension machines. Just fell over there. And there was a girl in there cleaning. She just kind of casually walked over and said, "You okay?" I said, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
At least you looked like you worked out. At least,
I did.
At least you didn't 135 pounds soaking wet in there trying to do something like that. Passed out. Oh man! But people can get off the hook a little bit when they're in tech being douchebags because they're 18 to 22, 23.
You can really anywhere when you're the age of a person that would be going to tech.
Yeah,
you can really get away with it anywhere.
Yeah, but if you're our age, and you're flexing your pecs on Instagram, and going I see some of these guys on here. And they're screaming like it's the Hard Knocks. It's like a 1989, 1990 Ultimate Warrior promo. They're yelling. They're picking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Testosterone do funny things to you.
When you start popping all them veins out.
Yeah. They do funny things to you.
Are you putting a needle in your butt at some point?
Those guys are. I mean, some of them are. They shit. I lost it there.
The ultimate.
Oh, I was screaming. Guys our age screaming.
Yeah, I hate it. Douchebags.
I do it a little bit.
No, yeah.
Getting up out of the bed. Like, I make that same noise of them trying to lift me, somebody trying to get out of bed every morning.
Just like your arm popped while I go and you flexed it out?
Yeah, I flexed my arm at Dustin while I go and I don't know whether it's my elbow or my bicep tendon or what it was, but something popped. And he said, "Is that normal?" I said, "Yeah."
Yeah. Is that supposed to do that when you flex at somebody?
And I said, yeah. When you're 34, it does.
I didn't even try to lie to myself this year because a lot of times I'll take like a 25 or 30 pound set of dumbbells with me on vacation.
Like you're going to do it?
I do.
Yeah.
Usually, in past years, I've done it.
Oh.
Before I went to the beach, I drop down and do 100 push-ups before you go to the beach or do a set of curls and some
bulk
kickbacks,
up a little bit, some
tricep kickbacks. Just enough to feel you.
Make it look good.
Didn't even lie to myself this year. Lindsay's like, after she said the cardio comment, she's like, most time you these do push-ups. I was like, honey,
it ain't happening, honey.
What I'm going to do is eat like crap this week.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to drink a lot of Kool-Aid jammers.
Uh-huh.
I drink more Kool-Aid than I did beer on vacation.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Cokes. I don't drink a lot of Cokes. I did on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worrying about it this week. There's nothing, no miracle session that's going to happen here at the house is going to change anything that I look like.
Yeah.
On that beach in the next few days.
Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes and a lot of times you're only lying to yourself. You're not lying to the people around you. You know,
no.
They might go, "Wow, his arms look pumped up," but in 30 minutes, that's gone.
Yeah, by the time we drive to the beach from that house, it's gone.
By the time you make it down there, it's all you're back to where you was at.
The best pictures you can take if you're really feeling yourself is like when you're leaving the gym. You're like, great workout, bro. And you take it while your shit's all popped out.
Yeah,
and
while your veins are still hanging out.
Shirt's all tight to you and everything. I'm like, all right, well, good job, kid.
Yeah.
You're killing it. I hope you get a lot of likes from this.
Yeah. 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 I'm just glad social media wasn't around whenever I was lifting, whenever I was younger.
I'm glad it wasn't around when I was stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. That 4, 5, 6, 7 era.
Well, yeah. We could extend that backwards and forwards, probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't imagine. But now I think that would help with. I was a little awkward with girls back when a lot of people would hear that and be like, "What?"
Right.
But in high school and college, good Lord, man, I was backward as all backward you get because I never had been out and done much. Goodness gracious, social media is. Social media people just see you from afar. You know what I'm saying?
And know you.
I mean, you could get girls easier. Remember, like these kids are never going to know the pain of having to call and be like, is Tammy home? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah. Can I speak to is it wrong number? I'm sorry. My bad. You don't know what their number is, do you? Yeah.
Yeah, no, they'll never know. Social media makes everything so easy.
Do you remember having to leave the house and drive around and wonder if anybody was out?
Oh, yeah.
You'd make a trip, and you may make the trip, and there not be anybody there.
Yeah, 100. Yeah.
You might drive to every spot where there could be somebody that you wanted to hang out with and never find anybody.
Do it all the time.
Yeah.
Down we used to hang out here at the church, the church, and then AJ and Brad's. You just never knew who's going to be home.
Yeah, you might. I remember making circles around Hermitage Springs. I would circle Hermitage Springs probably 10, 15, 20 times. Somebody will be around a little bit. Looking back now, I was probably going way too fast around through there. If I'd have slowed down, I might have found somebody, Yeah. I can make 20 laps around it in that Mustang in, probably 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It was the good old days.
Yeah.
The simple life.
Yeah.
Curtis Rich wanted me to mention this on the podcast.
Yeah.
He said, I can't explain myself if you mention it on the podcast and you don't have my reasoning.
Okay.
He posted. I was driving through a piss poor storm in St. Pete Beach when he texted me, and he said, "Pregnant bellies also gross me out."
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he's feeling all this pregnancy stuff right now coming up. But then he said, "You want to know my reason why?" And I said,
"No."
Yeah. Well, I said, "Sure,"
and
thinking he was going to hit that, and he starts talking about the Eric Church comments about when he said Eric Church is overrated. Remember that's we touched on the last show.
Yeah.
He said, I love how I segue into something and I'm not ready on my own phone. I love when I do that.
Like you didn't know you was going to it.
What episode is this? I've done it all. Here's the gist of it. He said, those records before Chief and Chief were good. The same reason you used to describe that legendary man that we won't mention again.
Right.
All his stuff does kind of sound the same to me. It doesn't mean I don't like his music. I just don't like it nearly as much as you and everyone else. I don't change songs when it comes off those older records. I skip the new ones, but I don't care for Luke Combs either, if Lucas was reading that. He said, I'm mainly kind of sick of him. I think Facebook was the last straw for me when everyone was, in parentheses, going to church. That is stupid. People have ruined him for me. I get it. I mean, I prefer the earlier Eric Church stuff.
Yeah.
But I think he's a good gap for people that he's just the real deal to me.
Right. He's a very good gap if you're looking for something that's actually mainstream, and Eric Church is mainstream. But you're coming off of like Tyler Childers and Sturgill and guys like that.
Yeah.
He's a good step into the mainstream.
I've never understood it when I follow these Cody Jinks and Tyler Childers page, especially really prevalent on the Cody Jinks fan page. A lot of people say, I love Eric Church, and people just beat him up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because those guys are trying to be the Billy Badasses. Those are also the people that would lay down their lives for Cody Jinks. And also,
right.
I'm creeped out. Look, much love to the Cody Jinks fan page and all these fan pages, not knocking the ideal of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I get so cracked up when I go to Cody Jinks concerts and I go to Shooter Jennings concerts, and these dudes are trying to look like them. Cody Jinks's and Jamie Johnson's are two that are very, very much. Cody, the guys will have the big shades like Cody and the big beard, and it's too much, guys. I mean, come on. There's one Cody Jinks.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fan. Chill out, okay?
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's way too much, and I'm on that group, so I'll click on the page, like somebody will be like, "I love this man," and
what I'm doing over there doesn't have anything to do with what you're saying. I just don't want to forget about it.
Okay, and but anyway, you can like these traditional sounding guys, but still respect what Eric Church does. And I'm not taking anywhere from Curtis. That's his opinion, just like mine was when I said what I said on this show.
Right.
And I said it without giving it a lot of thought and a lot of good examples, but I respect what he's saying. But this is another thing what he says, but now I will agree with him. The earlier Eric Church is the better. It's better to me. It's better stuff than. But I find something off every record that I love of his.
Mm-hmm.
And he says people ruin shit for me. Don't hate me, but people ruin Hank Jr. also. Anytime there's ever, and I've already cussed like 3 times on this show, so I'm gonna,
I did once too, so don't worry about it.
I'm going to edit myself on this one. I'm going to edit Curtis, actually.
Yeah.
Anytime there's ever a get-together, what is effing playing? GD Family Tradition. Then they add their own effing lyrics, which really irks me. Maybe what it comes down to is people can F off. I still love Hank, but GD, I can't listen to him without anyone because they want to scream his effing songs while they drink their GD beer. Same thing for me with Church. People killed him for me. I can't defend myself when you mentioned it on the podcast. LOL. So.
Now, okay, he's defended himself about all that. What's the pregnant belly thing? Was he going to defend himself on that as well?
No, he just, he said, I don't know. Maybe he just needed a
defend himself.
An icebreaker. Maybe someone needed an icebreaker before he went into the rant about. I guess he was listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
And got to that part. Then text me a few minutes later about the other part.
Okay.
Because it was a while before I messaged him back, I think.
Okay.
But that was his reasoning.
Okay.
But now, I mean, he is a little right though. When you're playing like those certain people like around here. It's getting more where people know the Childers is in the Jinx and stuff.
Yeah.
How many times have you ever been around here where somebody only wanted to listen to Good Hearted Woman by Waylon or Family Tradition? I mean, like, there is a certain core group in your small hometown sometimes that haven't learned the new music. And they're like, by God, if you don't play, you never even call me by my name by David Unco, you ain't done shit. And we got to play that. It's probably the record that we listened to, that soundtrack that we listened to at Apartment 11.
That was just had like the same 27 songs on it that played over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people haven't progressed from.
Right.
And so I'm with Curtis a little bit on this. Like, okay, yeah, I love Family Tradition. I love Born to Boogie. And I love all my rowdy friends, but shit, play me some Mr. Weatherman in there somewhere. Like, dig deeper into the collection and play me some I've Been Down if you're going to be a Hank Jr. fan.
Mm-hmm.
All in Alabama. Anything on the New South album.
I've been listening to regular terrestrial radio recently because the work truck that I drive doesn't have a podcast, or it doesn't have Bluetooth or a way for me to hook my telephone into the old radio. It's a 1999 model prior to all that shit coming out. So I've been listening to regular terrestrial radio, and I drive a lot without anything on. Anything on.
104.7, man. That's the move.
It's really good. That is Millard Oakley, and if you go through Livingston or Cookville over around Tech or anywhere to do with Tech, you'll see Millard and JJ Oakley's name somewhere. And that is Millard Oakley's radio station, and it is the shit. I love that radio station.
WLIV, Livingston.
I mean, you'll hear some good old music on there, too.
Keith Whitley, like 5 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah. I've heard some old Willie on there, some old Ray Charles on there.
I tweeted today, actually, like going from Red Bull until Lafayette, they put like 5 just songs that hit.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
That's so I just want to let Curtis clear the air that it's you guys' fault that say going to church. Like, look, I knew I put the over under at like 15. I told Lindsay I'm watching social media tonight. I'm gonna go there at church concert. I was like, I'm daring anybody. I'm daring them to get a little more creative than saying going to church.
Yeah,
church on Saturday night.
You
know, take me to church.
All of them. Got every bit of them.
No different than me hashtagging Tighten Up every time I go to Titans game. It's just what it is. That's the phrase.
That's the name.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, the only time I was mad at it when my whole section sucked. Like I was telling you, I was like, well, they took it to going to church a little too literal. So that's what you got up there?
Oh, what I've got here is just something I remembered. I don't know if we have any listeners anywhere near New York or whatever. But I've got back into lifting weights and seeing the people around again, and I was on YouTube and they said you need to go look at Juan Diesel Morel's Instagram page. So I googled Juan Diesel Morel, and he's a pro bodybuilder out of New York. Anyway, the whole thing is his child is missing. His daughter Destiny is missing. So if anybody around the Queens area or Deer Park, so if you know where that's at up there, there's a detective looking for her. She's been missing for several days now. Go check it out. DM Detective Dennis, 631-854-8178. Any help, he greatly appreciates it. Now, I know that probably didn't reach anybody, and I'm probably the only one around here that knows, has heard anything about that. But if we got any listeners up there in that area and you go over and check it out. She's been missing for a while. I know that was a little bit of a left turn from where we were at, but
yeah, I mean,
anyway,
you never know who listens.
You never know who listens, and I just wanted to throw that out there before we got off the air somewhere. So anyway, so your vacation. How was your vacation?
It was good. Bernard Pollard just messaged me. We've been messaging all week about him coming on sometime. He's got a podcast now.
Bernard Pollard?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right.
I don't get direct messages on my Instagram as a
text message.
As a message, as a notification. I just have to get on if I'm on and see it. Like I see my little box lit up.
Well, there you go.
It's the only way I know that
possible upcoming guest.
Yeah, we've been talking all week. He's actually been at Disney because I guess I was following him. He's pretty new to Instagram, and then I responded to his story and said, "I missed you by a few days." It was literally like I left, he got there, kind of deal. And I guess he saw the message and he started following me, and he was like, we started talking about Disney. But but yeah, man, we left. We left on Friday right after work. I mean, I'm talking. We drove from Cookeville to North Springs. Lindsay's got the whole van. We borrowed Jada's van so we'd have extra room. And I'm like, I got to get on here real quick. She's like, I've already got everything. I mean, I said, look here. I said, can I get comfortable before I drive 11 hours after I've been up since 4:30 this morning?
Any way I can go ahead and throw on some shorts, maybe some flip flops and a old tank top.
Because I told you that warehouse gets hot.
It's hot.
I had
a quick shower.
I had khaki.
Got some swamp ass.
Yep, I didn't get a shower. I jumped in an air conditioned vehicle with swamp ass, with khaki shorts, and I said, "Can I at least put ball shorts on?" They're all in the bag. I said, "Can I put flip flops on for the love of God before I drive?"
Yeah, anything you got? They in the bag too.
I got them. They was in the bag. I dug them out. And I dug like 3 suitcases off my bag.
And got them out.
I said, "Oh, so everybody else that's here that's ready, their bags are on top, and mine, who might have wanted to change, it's no big deal. It's whatever." So then it got better. We went through a big, long
storm.
No, it's not storm. We went through traffic.
Oh,
how bad traffic! Like it was like really delayed us by a couple hours. Really getting down there, and Bayless has got on a kick. We're going 10 miles an hour at one point.
Yeah,
he's got Lindsay's phone. And we'll not put headphones on. We're listening on repeat for every bit of an hour to Luke Bryan's Knocking Boots.
Oh, my God.
I imagine that's what hell feels like in real life.
Yeah.
I have a real...
That's what 94.7 feels like in real life.
Right. I try to. I used to go really hard on all these guys. You
Yeah.
know how even in our infancy of this show, we used to go really hard on Brantley and Luke Bryan. I see that what we've done, and I don't think we've ever been too hard on them. We speak the truth about them, but like you see some of these guys that are online and they're really just it looks bad. All the
Right.
negativity looks bad. So I've tried to
away from it a little bit.
Yeah, because there's a market for everybody. It's just
Right.
not for us, right?
Right.
So let me tell you something. I'm back on the bandwagon of negativity and everything. I just have a real bad problem. Luke Bryan's probably 43. I would imagine he's 40, around 43. And this is real lyrics from a 40. You're typing it in, so let's see. 42.
He's 42.
And he'll be 43 in 3 days.
Yeah.
So a 43-year-old man actually sings lyrics that says, "This truck needs a half tank. These wheels need a 2-lane."
Mm-hmm.
This radio. I'm gonna go DJ Cool Luke or whatever the hell you was. It wasn't Cool Luke, but whatever you was.
Yeah, whatever it was. I don't remember now.
MC Cool Flav.
Yeah, MC Cool Flavor. There you go.
This truck needs a half tank.
Mm-hmm.
These wheels
Mm-hmm.
need a 2-lane.
Yeah.
This radio needs 3 songs to play to get me cross town to you. That dress needs to slip off.
Yeah.
That hair needs to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Friday nights need to do what Friday night needs to do. That's the truth. Birds need bees.
Mm-hmm.
Ice needs whiskey.
Yeah.
Boys like me, they need girls to kiss me.
Mm-hmm.
Fishing in the dark, they nitty gritty.
Mm.
Dirt band,
Mm-hmm.
as you know. Under that pale moon, sweet tea needs sugar stirring. Small town nights, they need both ends burning. Shades need drawing. Hearts need falling. Boots need knocking. Knocking boots. Knocking boots. Me and you. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Long weeks need a weekend. Cheap drinks need a slinging. That dance floor needs some me on you, and you on me tonight. Sing-alongs need to be sung. Tip bells need to be rung. That's all my screenshot could get, for the love of God.
Now,
first off, I want to say I'll need training on that.
Yeah.
I didn't get as
No, that's all right. You didn't do bad. You didn't do bad. Now, substance. Let's talk substance first.
Mhm.
There's I see what he's going for there, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's wanting to have a good weekend, wanting to drink a little bit, wanting to get his girl. Apparently, their boots are going to get muddy, and they're going to go outside and
They're knock them off.
knock their boots off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, he's a hardworking man. Apparently, hardworking woman. They're going to have a good weekend. That's what I got from that. As far as I can tell, he's just a little shy of Tyler Childers in his writing. He's just a little shy of it.
It's not exactly Down the River by Chris Knight substance.
No. No. He's not. I mean, he's not writing the Great American Novel whenever he's writing those songs. However, I see where he's going. I see what he's doing there.
Billy Joe Shaver would be so proud.
Yeah.
Of Luke Bryan's knocking boots.
Yeah.
Actually, Lucas, I don't know that I'm the guy to tell you this, but I am the elder statesman in the room, and
That's correct.
they're actually talking about having sex on a drunken night.
No, that's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
No, they're knocking boots is a metaphor for getting it on.
See, that don't make any sense because why in the hell would you have your boots on
I don't
in
know.
the bed?
Well, it's the same reason you watch pornos from the early 90s and they've still got their high heels on.
You know, this is
Brazzers.com.
This is got a little bit to do with what we're talking about. It's a comedian. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, he said one of the funniest things the other day. He said he loves to watch black porn because the men always have their boots on, but they're completely naked. He said
They got their Timbs on or what?
He said, which means that these gentlemen got completely naked, took their socks and their boots off, got completely naked, and then took time to put their boots back on. So maybe that's where Luke Bryan got that at.
Well, their pants probably
I think we just figured out what his Pornhub search is.
Their pants were probably falling off their ass already.
Could have been. I don't know. May just slipped right off. Now, us giving Luke Bryan a hard time there with the search results in Bing, top thing for Luke Bryan there, light it up. Luke Bryan rakes in $42.5 million as highest paid country star of 2019 per Forbes. So we can punch up if we want to, damn it.
Yeah.
And it also says his net worth as of 2019 is $140 million. So those low substance songs are apparently the way to go.
Yeah. That's where you lose all your dignity, but
Yeah, but with $140 million net worth.
Yeah. And his wife.
I've got as much dignity at $140 million as what I'm going to need, I believe.
I guess. And you got Caroline, his smoking hot wife, that falls back on.
Well, she is pretty.
Yeah, she ain't bad. The left one looks a little.
Yeah, she's a little cross-eyed in that one. But
looks like Darman Gregg.
$140 million, you can get that fixed, apparently. Looks there.
She's the best of all the country music
wives,
I think.
Yeah. $140 million. I wonder what that would even feel like to have $140 million. I
thought about you.
It would be real hard to come up with a song that had some real feeling behind it if you didn't have anything to worry about like that.
Yeah,
you'd have to be manufacturing your own concerns with $140 million.
A lot of people that I think down deep like Luke Bryan, because I'm not. All those songs they're bad. You know, a lot of these pop country songs are bad.
Mm-hmm.
About 1 out of every 5 I will listen to for about 2 weeks.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be some Billy Badass. There's been some really bad songs. It's like, well, shit, that's a little catchy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I'll listen to it, but then it's like, all right, that's enough. But, boy, I don't know where I was going. I sure don't. I had something thought up, and but it slipped me. But I mean, it's not.
He's got that.
Oh, people will say earlier Luke. Earlier Luke was good.
That's time. I think that's just time. They're just remembering didn't used to be as bad as it is now. He's got that one song that's out right now too, besides Knocking Boots. Country something.
I'm sure.
What makes us country?
Well, yeah.
What makes you country? Or
I
something?
didn't hate that song.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Hunting and fishing, loving every day. Don't hate it.
Well, he's got a lot of.
We rode in trucks. That is a song I used to like a lot. Drink a Beer, which is wrote by Stapleton. I do like that song. Kick the Dust Up. I do not like that song. Country Girl, Shake It For Me. I mean, come on.
Did he cover Roller Coaster by the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Is that what that one was?
I don't know. Dude's rich.
He's rich as shit.
Smoke show wife.
Hey, speaking of rich country musicians, when's the last time you heard anything from Toby Keith?
Probably on the 4th of July because he's so patriotic.
Yeah, right. Have you seen Toby Keith's net worth?
It's a lot.
$365 million in 2016.
Damn.
What is he doing? I've not heard from that guy in years.
How do you like him now?
Yeah. He's I believe it's north of 365 now. Well, they still got it out. How did he get so damn rich? He didn't have that many great songs, and his movies were shit.
He had a lot. He had more big songs than you think. I guarantee it.
He may have.
Courtesy of
Must
USA, should have been a cowboy.
He didn't have more than George Strait.
George Strait come up in the wrong era. Look.
Yeah, right. That was.
He came up the
15 years before. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Hank, listen to there. You know, Kenny Chesney set all these album records and live attendance dates, and then Luke Bryan goes and breaks all them. Hank Jr., like I've said on here 1,000,000 times, 9 albums on the Billboard charts in 1 year in 1981.
Yeah.
When,
it's the wrong years, right?
Tell me when these guys make it to 9. This is one thing on the Cody Jinks fan page. While I was on vacation, a guy put on there said, "Can we agree that Jinks is the new Hank Jr.?" And most people were like, "Well, he's more Merle Haggard. He's more Merle Haggard sound, you know."
Mm-hmm.
This one girl's like, "To me, I love Junior, but he don't have nowhere near the catalog Cody Jinks does." And I had to back up. Come on now. And I love Cody Jinks.
Yeah.
I had to back up and set my cup down.
Yeah.
On that when I told her, I said, honey, I said, I don't often comment on posts on this
Yeah.
page. I said, it's because it's a losing battle.
Yeah. And I don't generally just start out with honey, but at this time, you're going to need to take a seat, honey.
I said, I love Cody as much as the next person come on this page. I was like, I need you to realize that at one time in 1981, Hank Jr. had 9 albums on the chart. I said, does Cody even have 9 albums yet?
Yeah.
She goes, I'm at the content. I'm like, well, you need to get past, like Curtis said, family tradition.
Yeah.
You need to get down to the songs that, I mean, Hank Jr. would do, Humpty Dumpty if he needed one out and a song left to put on the album. I'm not saying he don't put out some cheesy shit over the years. But
I would like Tyler Childers, the song Bottles and Bibles.
It's great.
There's more substance in the song Bottles and Bibles than any 12 songs that you're going to listen to on the radio. I don't know if anybody even likes that song or if anybody's heard it on here, but it's one of the best songs that you'll ever hear as far as stories is telling.
So he's 28.
Yeah.
And that Bottles and Bibles song came out in 2011, I think, on the album.
2011, that's right. On the record's name is Bottles and Bibles, but there's some. I mean, the whole album's fantastic, but Bottles and Bibles is a really good song on there too.
My favorite too on that is "Play Me a Hank Song" and "Whiskey Could Talk." He's writing that stuff at 20.
Yeah,
Luke Bryan's 43 and writing "Knocking Boots."
That live on Red Barn Radio 1 and 2. Follow You to Virgie and White House Road, Charleston Girl. Charleston Girl is one of the best stories that you'll ever hear. And then Shake the Frost. Oh man, you can't beat Shake the Frost.
He's about the best right now, to be honest with you.
There's no way around it. I mean, and he's got the voice to prove it. To back it up too.
Him and Jinx are my favorite right now. I mean, no, there's not even close third. Fraley actually told me he would drive. If I would drive tonight, he would buy my ticket. He's playing Forecastle Festival in Louisville. But man, I just can't. Louisville on a Sunday night's pretty tough to pull off. But
speaking of Louisville, we have a listener in Louisville named Sherry Pawson. Shout out to Sherry. Good to have you on there. Tell all your friends about us. Thank you for listening.
Yes, please do. Actually,
tell everybody.
Thanks, Sherry, for listening. I always like a new listener.
I know I get on Tyler Childers' nuts quite a bit, but he's really good. If everybody ain't listening to him, then you can screw off because he's fantastic.
Me and Doug Martin have a date night Wednesday night to go see him at the Opry.
Really?
Yeah, Doug texted me the other day and he said, "Are you going to the Ryman on Wednesday?" And I said, "What's there?" And he goes, "I figured you had it." I said, "Yeah, I am. If you're buying me a ticket, what's going on?" He said, "I figured you had them pre-ordered." And he said, "It's Childers." I said, "I think that's the Opry, not the Ryman." He said, "I don't know. My wife just told me we were going." And then, so I mentioned it to Lindsay, and she goes, "Hey, I know a girl on Facebook that's got a ticket."
Bam.
I said, "Is it single?" "Yep." "Is it sitting with her?" "No." "All right.
Well, I'll have it.
So I don't know who the hell I'm sitting with.
Yeah.
I'm going single.
Looks like there's possibly still tickets available.
Probably.
Yeah. It's going to have Jenny Seeley and Tyler Childers 30 minutes there. You going to stick around for the rest of it? Pam Tillis, Ray Wiley Hubbard.
I like Ray Wiley. Pam Tillis. Maybe it was Memphis is one of the strongest female tracks ever.
Aaron Lewis coming in there. Henry Cho is a comedian, I believe, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gonna make us knee slap, I guess, before Little Big Town comes on.
I was saying, Little Big Town going to close it down.
Those women are pretty hot. They always look high as a draft size. Every time you see them, they look high.
Why does everybody get 15 minutes, and Little Big Town gets 40, 30?
Well, I guess they're the headlining act. Really disappointing to see Tyler Childers still in that opening slot, though.
Yeah, boy, that 7:15 to 7:30 slot.
That's actually even worse because when I looked at that earlier, I thought it said 7 to 8. I thought he'd at least. I mean, this will be my first time ever to Grand Ole Opry, and there's a reason for it because I never want to go see my favorite artist to do 3 songs and leave.
That's what you're going to see in 15 minutes.
But it's also fairly balanced.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not bad.
Who is Jeannie Seeley?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Tyler Childers and Pam Tillis and Aaron Lewis are the only ones I care anything about seeing on now.
Thought about.
And I guarantee you, he won't sing any Stain songs. He about have to though.
He's got a bunch of country albums.
Does he?
Yeah. Don't know him. Don't know the songs.
I've never.
He's got a lot though.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Sing Stained. Henry Cho, you're not as good of a comedian as you think you are. You should be better.
Should be better.
I've seen him live. He's not very good.
Why would you ever go see him live?
I didn't. He came. It was a.
Are you making
It was
this
a
up? Are
thing.
you
No,
making this up on the
as
fly?
I go. Yeah, as I go. It was a something. I don't know. It was something, and they had entertainment, and he was the entertainment.
Was he?
Yeah. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. Y'all never know. I can't. I can't think of where we were at or what it was. 15-minute intermission. That's really not enough time to get up and do much, is it?
No, man.
Ain't much of an intermission.
Daggone. But I'm going. It'll be fun to see Tyler sing 3 songs.
Yeah.
2, maybe. Maybe
Yeah.
2.
Depends on how much talking he wants to do, I guess.
Oh, me. Thought about you twice.
You couldn't even get started playing songs in 15 minutes. You'd be up there. You talk for 15 minutes and run out of time.
Yeah,
you get red lighted.
That's right. We hadn't even made it out of hadn't even made it out of Jackson County yet, and I thought about you on the way to vacation.
Oh yeah.
Girl rolls in some Bud Light, sleeping pants.
Oh, I mean, classy lady. Classy lady.
I was trying to get a picture for you, but I failed. Then we were in one of the surf shops, and this dude come through, and I went, "Oh, it's a lot of head, not so much hat." I mean, you would have been like, "Damn, that's a big ass head."
Yeah.
And I snapped a picture of him.
To see it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see it.
He's got a monster
A big noggin.
melon on him.
See, the thing is if you don't work out your neck, if you got a big ass head,
He has a lot of neck and head, and
your head looks worse if you don't have a big neck to go with it.
this guy was a lot of neck.
Let me see.
I'm trying to find it. Impatient.
Well, like you said earlier, it's not like you've never done this before. You knew you was going to bring that
But
up.
I took a lot of vacation pictures. Oh, look what I saw on the way back. A little store. It said, "These nuts, we got them." It's pretty good. Got them.
Peaches. That's pretty funny.
These nuts. Oh, there he is. Look at this aggravated looking bastard. Who had to have known I was taking that? Because everybody else caught me. I'm not very good at it. I like the woman in the chicken suit on the NFL draft.
Is he running the cash register or is he buying something?
He's running the cash register.
He is so mad at that guy in front of him that he could not stand himself. He has got a set of bulldog cheeks on him that does not. I mean, I cannot believe the bulldog amount of cheeks that this guy's got on him. He doesn't. He is so big that he has sleep apnea. You know how I know? Because his eyes are black. His head is so big. He's got black under his eyes.
Yeah, he's damn sure not from meth.
He has. You know how I know he's got a big head, and this is. You may have noticed it, but I know it from experience.
Yes,
his hat won't go all the way down on his head.
That's what I mean.
The bill, I look up in his hat and I can tell that there's really no space in between the top of his head and the top of that hat.
No,
that's just all he's got. He's done with this old man right here that's wanting to show him this ID or whatever's going on here. He's swiping his pass on his keys and got his wallet laid out on the counter, and this guy just does not give a shit what's going on here. He's never surfed a day in his life, and he's in here in this store surrounded by these big ass computer screens.
Have my phone back.
No, I'm not done looking at this guy yet. I feel for this guy. I can see this. I can see behind his eyes. I see what's in him. I see what's in his eyes. I'm going to slap this guy and go drink a milkshake, is what he's saying. He said, I'm wearing this stupid hot shirt, and the biggest one they had was a 2X, and I'm a 4 all day long. I don't know why in the hell they made me wear this. And this guy with this stupid groomed beard is just pissing me off.
Can I say the groomed beard guy? I never have noticed him.
You never noticed the guy?
No, how could you? Oh, yeah, stupid beard. The guy looks so annoyed. I actually hadn't looked at it since
you took it.
No, God. He actually was not that grumpy looking when he was walking through the store. He was smiling. He asked me how I was doing, and I felt like a douchebag because I knew I was going to take a picture as soon as he walked by. I mean, I already had it in my head. I was like, that's a big ass head.
Yeah. I'm taking a picture of that guy.
So
shout out to the guys with big heads. I know. I feel your pain.
We got to Disney. We took the ultimate picture. You know, like you always
in
got
front of the castle.
The castle.
Yeah.
And so it's funny. After we took it, I put it on Facebook. I was like, "This was taken the first 30 minutes at Disney. Happiest place on earth. Magic Kingdom, the legendary castle. What followed was near 100-degree days. My wife remembers she booked us for Disney with her being big time pregnant and long lines and ride closures. Now look at Bayless's face. He knew all along. There's your family picture, 11 by 14 on the mantle. The Christmas card. Bayless was over it.
He's done with it already. He said, somebody put up the stupid, flip the top over me because I'm burning up. Waylon's happy. He said, I'm wearing this stupid shirt for Mom. Lindsay's happy. Seems to be happy.
That was her trip. I don't give a shit how she swings that. I know she loves her kids, but I don't think she's going to Disney pregnant in hot weather just for our kids. Just for our kids. Nah, she was the one. Like when she took her picture with Minnie Mouse, it was like me meeting any celebrity.
You got 2 messages from Bernard Pollard while I was looking at that right then.
Yep, I can come on for a bit. I got 10 to 15. Okay.
So do we have a guest tonight all of a sudden?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, folks, we'll take a quick break, and then it sounds like we got Bernard Pollard to finish out the night.
All right, so we got an interview coming up here with Bernard Pollard, former Tennessee Titan a few years ago, Super Bowl winner with the Baltimore Ravens. Still doing the training of football players, but he's also doing the Bernard Pollard Show on YouTube and other sources we'll get into. We got a nice conversation with Bernard and former guest of the show in the past. So join us for the first time in a long time, first since the reboot of last year. And got some real good topics. Bernard gets fired up a lot of NFL and even some NBA talk. And hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks, as always, Bernard, for coming on and giving us a few minutes.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
What up, baby?
Say, it's been a long time since we talked to you. It's been.
I know, man.
So, what are you into these days? We know you last time we were talking to you, were doing some entrepreneur stuff, and you were doing the training with the high school kids. So I know you got the podcast. You joined the podcast world with the rest of us. So
yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, so this is the training, like football training and stuff. That's what I do. I have too much knowledge to sit on it and not help, these high school players and or younger players actually find out today. If I'm later on the night, if I'm coaching my son's football team, he's gonna play contact football this fall, go Blaze, and so doing that, man, and as far as with the podcast and doing a show, this is what I went to school for, and I love speaking. I love talking sports. That's just who I am. It's a gift that that God blessed me with, and I want to run with it.
So you've got your show now, and are you doing it out of your house, or where are you doing it out of? And what's the name of your show? Is it the Bernard Pollard Show? We're looking at your Twitter right here.
Yeah, so it's the Bernard Pollard Show. So this was the name of my show in every city that I played in.
Right.
So whether it was radio or TV. That was the name of it, and I just wanted to go ahead and just keep it. I didn't want to get crazy, and people trying to figure it out and all this other stuff. And so it's the Bernard Pollard Show. We could talk. I don't want to narrow down the sports talk because I might want to get on and talk about clothes one day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what I want to do. You know what I mean? But it's probably more likely going to only be sports. But yeah.
All those NBA contracts getting floated around, you might need to pick up a jump shot about 15 years ago.
Bro, man, I wish God would have blessed me to be about 6'9", but he gave me this. I was able to use my talents on the football field instead of a basketball court. So, I take it, man. But yeah, them jokers getting broke off. It's great to be able to see, man. But at the same time, dude, being 6'9" and athletic, that's some good stuff.
I've been watching the NBA. That's my favorite sport. I mean, growing up, it was all basketball. There's cats out there getting $15 million a year that I've never heard of, and I've been watching the NBA since '92.
Well, that's the thing. When you look at the way they are structured, I love the fact that when you talk about the NBA, that guys that you don't know a kid, a guy that I didn't know, and I hate when people say these guys suck or whatever. But we just don't know if some of these guys got a 4-year, $125 million contract.
Yeah.
And it's just that's the great thing about what they've done and how they kind of position their CBA and everything else, or I should say the way they set it up to position players that you could be anybody and get $100+ million contract, not just a big name guy or at a certain position you get this contract. That's why I love what the NFLPA is doing or NBAPA is doing.
I've always thought they were, whether it was David Stern or Adam Silver now, they're almost the most well-run sports entity, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. I definitely agree 100% with you. Now, they do have a lot more leverage. Basketball players have a lot more leverage. I saw a tweet out the other day they were saying NFL players should be able to do what basketball players are doing. They should be able to have as much leverage as NBA players. Well, we don't, simply because fans don't. We have helmets on. We play with helmets, face mask, and everything else. You don't know. You just see a big black guy or big white guy walking down the street. You don't know, who they are,
right,
simply because that helmet is on them. But with, obviously with basketball players, those guys, you see them, you understand, you watch them for 82 games. But at the same time, you can wear basketball shoes Sunday through Saturday. You can't wear cleats Sunday through Saturday.
Right.
You can't wear those anywhere. So that that's the biggest difference. And I don't think it'll ever be where NFL players have the leverage that NBA players got.
Well, with no helmet on, it makes them more marketable. You see their faces all the time, and just
Exactly.
something changed in the NBA. I didn't mean to get on this NBA kick, but you're kind of an old school guy mentality and everything. The way you came up, what's your opinion on the ownership, them taking away the term owner in the NBA and making them governors?
I mean, dude, all these people are businessmen, and I think the basketball players using their leverage to be able to say kind of what they want to hear. I think more basketball players know and understand that their owners are for the player. They want to help the player, so they want to, they kind of want to compromise. They want to compromise with the player to be able to say, okay, you know what, we'll do this or we'll do that. And NFL players are for fans of the NFL. That ain't ever going to happen with the NFL. Calling themselves governors, calling themselves owners, they're owners. I don't care what name you call yourself. I understand you as an owner. I don't think of slave when I hear them say owner. That's just me. Other people think differently. But I mean, we're living in a sensitive society.
Oh boy,
say it again.
Yeah, one more time.
Exactly. Yeah. We're living in a sensitive society, man. And I just don't. A lot of this stuff I hear people crying about. I sit back and just kind of scratch my head. I'm just like, dude, you are soft. Like, that is just so soft.
Yeah.
So, that's to each their own. But for me, call them owners because they own the damn team. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just exactly what it is. Because you own your home if you buy it. You own your car if you buy it. You're not a governor of your car. You own that car because you purchased it with your money. So I don't get it.
Yeah, I heard Shaq and Charles Barkley kind of talking about it, and they're the same thing. Of course, those guys, they're in their 40s and 50s, and they're saying they own the team. They don't own the players. I mean, come on. So they were pretty riled up about it, and times has changed though.
I agree. I agree 100%, man. I really do. I mean, but like I said, in today's society with people, not just players, but with people, with the general population.
Yep.
I mean, we've just been soft. We've been softened up, and people have given in and compromised. And I will never compromise. I'm gonna always be me, and I'll call it for what it is. I think that's a soft move, but that's what they want.
Well, one thing about I followed you on Twitter just ever since. I don't follow any Baltimore Ravens, but when you came to when you came to Tennessee, I jumped on the Bernard Pollard bandwagon, and that's one thing you are on Twitter. And of course, you're pretty new to Instagram there. Very, very. I won't say controversial, but like you say, you speak your mind, and You got a whole lot of people riled up this past week, talking about the Tom Brady as my number 2 quarterback of all time. Now, look, the people in these parts, in Tennessee, like all those dudes that are giving you hell all the time on the internet about, oh man, he quit on the Titans, blah blah blah. You're getting some of those guys back because this is Peyton Manning area around here.
This is Peyton country right here, buddy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know what? For me, bro, a lot of people say, and I just had an old teammate of mine hit me up about it, and he played quarterback on one of the teams I played on, and he actually said to me, why are you choosing to die on Tom Brady's cross?
Yeah.
And I looked at my phone when I read that text, and I'm just looking like, what? I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
And
did you tell him, say, I don't think that's what I was doing. I was just saying my opinion.
Well, I mean, as I said before, I speak for myself, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Tom Brady is a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong, he's exceptional, and that's why he's my number 2. But a lot of people don't understand how good Peyton Manning is. We understand he lost some games. We understand he lost in the championship games. We get it. Tom Brady has gone to 9 Super Bowls. He's won 6 of them. I get it all. I do. But as I tell a lot of people, Tom Brady stepped in as a backup in a system that was on the ride. Tom Brady stepped up and he has played his tail off. Did he master that system? Yes. But let's not get it twisted, because everybody's quick to say Tom Brady has done more with less. Well, if he's doing more with less, that means the talent around him isn't that good. But what Coach Belichick has built there is the Patriot way of culture, saying, okay, you know what? When you come in here, you're going to do what I tell you to do. When we tell you to run a route at 6 yards, I don't want you at 6.5. I don't want you at 5. I don't want you at 7. I want you at 6.5. And that's what those guys are doing. You look at Edelman. Edelman can't go play for any other football team. Look at some of the other players. He got Hogan. Hogan couldn't play in freaking, Miami.
Yeah.
But he has built this culture to when you come in, he's going to break you. And when he breaks you, or even when he drafts you, he's going to break you. You're going to conform to their way. And that's what has happened. And another reason I say that is because I've seen other backup quarterbacks be successful in that system. And they're arguing, well, we went 11-5, but we didn't go to the playoffs. Well, that was one of those crazy years where everybody else went 11-5 and 12-4.
Well, you look.
So,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Well, no, what I was going to say, they both missed 1 year of complete action, and they went 11-5. And here's the difference: they went 11-5. Matt Castle got rich off that 11-5 season. Peyton missed with a neck injury. They go whatever their record.
2-14.
2-14, and they get Andrew Luck. I've seen how good Peyton is because I've seen him kick our ass here for how many every years. For how long whatever he was in Indianapolis, he kicked the Titans' ass every year.
Right.
Then all my friends are saying, man, I hope they go at 0-16. I said, well, I don't want that because they're going to get Andrew Luck and he's going to kick our butt.
Yeah.
So you see it. I mean, the Colts, they folded because Matt Castle got rich, and I couldn't never tell you what any backup of Peyton Manning's ever done.
Exactly. They had Kerry Collins and Curtis Painter for a little bit. But the tough part, and a lot of people say Curtis Painter was bad. Well, I played with Curtis at Purdue. Curtis Painter was a damn good quarterback. The issue with it is how good Peyton Manning was to step into that system and to do everything that Peyton Manning did is impossible. And it's hard for a young player. It's even hard for a 5-year player to step in and do what Peyton was doing. Peyton would change plays at the line of scrimmage. Peyton would do things according to what you showed him. Peyton knew every specific player that had it. If they didn't do something, he knew something was up. Peyton has done all of that. And as I tell people, I've had the luxury, I've been blessed to be able to play both of them. Tom Brady is just a quarterback that steps into a system when he comes to the line. The only check Tom Brady does, only check that he's done, is in the 5-yard line and down. Yeah. That's the only time he'll make a check. If he motions and he sees somebody doing something, he'll check to a pick route. Other than that, we all know he'll check to a quarterback sneak. What else is he doing? This whole thing is a system. And everybody's saying, well, what system is it? Well, this is a modified West Coast offense, this system that was built. Who else prospered in the modified or in the West Coast offense? Joe Montana and Steve Young. Steve Young was a backup quarterback.
Yep.
Well, once again, everybody said, well, give me examples. Matt Schaub was a backup quarterback, went to Houston, started for Houston for 7 years, I believe, 6, 7 years. What happened when he left Houston? He could not play. He couldn't play anywhere.
Yep.
When Joe Montana had 1 year of good football after he left the 49ers. Steve Young had 1 good year after he left the 49ers. It's a habit here. Matt Castle had 1 good year. Jimmy G, he had 5 good games. He got hurt. We're gonna see what he does. Brissett, he's had one decent year. It's a habit. It's his history here. That system wins, and if it's built right, if the culture is built right, you can be successful. Once you leave that and you got to go somewhere and prosper, it's a high chance that you don't do well.
Bernard, I hadn't heard you talk in a long time, and I'm fired up right now. I'm about to jump out of this chair. I'm gonna kick this chair over. I'm gonna flip this table over, and I'm gonna go. I'm about to go tackle somebody.
I hope it's not me.
I'm gonna tackle the shit out of Dustin here in just a minute.
There'll be some furniture moving.
I'm moving some shit.
We look like the white Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, we're just gonna. It'll be a big blob in the floor here in just a minute.
Exactly.
What the Patriots fans have to say to you? I keep up with your stuff online, but I couldn't follow up with all the feedback. But I know you always get a lot of kickback from Patriots fans about the injury. If our listeners don't know, of course, you had the hit on Brady that tore his ACL. So what kind of interaction, feedback, going back and forth, did you have with Patriots fans over all this?
Well, one of the big things, as I tell a lot of people, they go off of what they hear on ESPN. They go off of what they hear on NFL Network, Fox News, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So when they hear all of these people talk ball, a lot of these people that talk ball may not have an understanding of what they're talking about. And then for some of the people who talk ball, they have altered it. Just like I was just talking to a guy on Twitter. I mean, he posted 2 different videos and said they were the same thing. And I go, well, no, one guy's running a corner route, the other guy's ran a secondary route in the middle of the end zone. Well, he said, well, technically it's the same throw if you look at the trajectory of the ball. What the crap does that mean? I was like, honestly, what does that mean? That means nothing that has to do with that throw and the other throw. But fans, he has a big following, and fans are following this, and they're hearing this, and they don't know. So a lot of fans for the Patriots, I mean, it was painted as a dirty hit. It wasn't a dirty hit. Everybody said I should have been kicked out of the game. Well, dummy, do you not realize that was not an illegal hit back then? Is it a legal hit today? Yes. It wasn't an illegal hit back then. So when I launched at him, I had Morris or whatever his name was on my back, and I was trying to get to the quarterback. My intentions weren't to tear his ACL. I was trying to get to the quarterback to get him down. Well, that's what happened. And I've never once said I disliked Tom Brady. I've never once said whatever. I got him number 2 all-time. Of all-time quarterbacks that played in the National Football League, he's number 2. So, I mean, and it's my opinion. It's my opinion. You can have your list. You can have your opinions. I don't care. But, and I interact with them. I love interacting with people.
Yeah.
And most of the time, some guys will come back and they'll say some things that, or whatever, and I'll engage in it. Because like I told him, I grew up cracking. That's what we did. We joned for a whole 3-4 hours with my family and friends. So we can go back and forth. And, they see when I come at them, some guys get sensitive and they want to start crying. Like, no, you can't cry. You came at me with an insult. I came back with an insult. Just because my insult was better than yours, don't start crying now. Stay on here and go.
Yeah.
Hey, we get it, man. We brought up a guy's name back a few weeks ago and said some stuff people didn't like, and we got all kinds of shit for it. So we feel you, man.
Look, man, we
lost listeners over.
Hey, we're in the heart of country music, and I love an old school. I don't know how familiar you are with a lot of old country music, all that. But I named my oldest son Waylon, after Waylon Jennings. But I come on here and said I feel like Johnny Cash is a little overrated. There's people I've known my entire life that quit listening to my show because I said Johnny Cash was overrated because it was my opinion.
Yeah.
I said, what?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man. Like, I don't get it, bro. But
I don't get
whatever.
it. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. People don't like it whenever you got a different opinion than theirs. Or sometimes I don't know.
We, I take up for you a lot on Titans fans. You came here into Tennessee in 2012 or 13? 12?
12.
Yeah.
I came in 2012 season, yeah.
Right after the Super Bowl. that was a time that we weren't getting big free agents. We weren't getting guys that just came off Super Bowl wins. And, you know, when you played, I mean, I watched your games. You played hard. You played tough. And then in my opinion, you know, you came off the injury. But then we were going through a big rebuilding. And that's something a veteran like you, I mean, at that stage of your career, probably didn't want part of. So what do you say to Titans fans? Because we're in the Titans market right here. What do you say to those Titans fans that kind of throw that jab at you all the time? Because that's the easy way out. Like I follow pro wrestling, and everybody wants to have growing up I did, you know, and say everybody
Still does.
Everybody has always got that Kevin Nash quad joke. It's like so tired, you know, because he used to tear his quad a lot. So that's the same tired joke that these guys want to insult Kevin Nash about. So like every time I look at Bernard Pollard getting treatment from Titans fans, like, oh, you listen to a dude that quit on us. Once and for all, settle it and just tell Titans fans on here what's up.
Well, what a lot of people don't understand is I've been around this. I've been in the NFL a long time. I've been around football for a very long time. When I decided to walk away from the game, it's not like I signed on another team. Right. So when people say I quit, I mean, I don't think they understand what they're saying. When I left after the season, I ruptured my Achilles in the Cleveland Browns game. I rehabbed, I came back, but at the same time, I wanted to spend time with my family. I had 3 kids. Mm-hmm. I've never seen the first 2 grow up. So a lot of people don't understand the time that I've missed. I wanted time with my family. I wanted time with my wife. We actually just had our 4th child.
Congratulations.
So we were having our 4th child. So I wanted to be home to see the last 2 grow up. From birth till now, one's 3, the other one's 6. So when people say that I quit on the Titans, it's not that I quit. I didn't quit. I've never been a quitter. I chose not to want to be a part of a rebuild. Coming off of Achilles injury, like I said, I rehabbed. I got my body right, but you know, I found that I love spending time at home, and I wanted to be home with my family. Now, when I tell people I didn't want to be a part of a rebuild, I knew exactly what they were going to do. You got to draft a rookie quarterback. Now, when you draft a rookie quarterback, especially if it's not one of these guys, and I mean, you can go with any guy, because any guy's rookie season is still a rookie season. But when you're looking at a quarterback where I knew they were going after Marcus Mariota, it's nothing against Marcus Mariota, but once again, I've won a Super Bowl. I dealt with what I dealt with the first year, and then going into the second year with the Tennessee Titans. How ownership was, the things that were going on in the locker room, but in between those or in that building, I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. You know, I've come from, like I said, winning a Super Bowl. I was in an organization with the Houston Texans. My first year was decent. Second year was good. Was about to renegotiate, but the lockout happened, so we parted ways. So I've been in some organizations where things were structured. In Tennessee, they weren't structured. You didn't know who owned the team. Right. You didn't know who was going to be there doing everything. You had a rookie quarterback coming in. We played with 2 or 3 different quarterbacks in one year. It was a lot of things that was happening that I did not want to be a part of. And that's my decision. So if people want to call that quitting, go ahead and call it what you want. Yeah. But, you know, until you were in those, you know, in that building and went through what I went through, you can say what you want. Doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
No, I always knew where you're coming from on that, because Achilles is not easy for anybody, especially, I mean, but you'd been in the league a few years by then, so that's a tough injury to come back through from. So, no, I'm glad you cleared that up, and I hope people take that to heart. I mean, because that's just a cheap way out of knocking a guy that was injured and, you know, ultimately retired from it. And like you said, it ain't like you bounced around to another winning program, but another guy that I think kind of got a raw deal from that time period who I absolutely loved, probably one of my favorite Titans ever. But there wasn't a lot around him. You know, it was Jake Locker, and I know you were pretty high on Jake at the time, weren't you?
So I mean, Jake was a really good dude. Now I've been around some good quarterbacks in my career. Was Jake your pocket passer that can just light it up from the pocket? No. Jake was a guy that needed to move around, should be able to clear some lanes up so he can have vision. His athletic ability and everything else, that's the kind of quarterback he was. Now, to say if he got a fair deal or fair shake at this, I don't I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a good person, a good athlete. It's just hard to say because, like I said, I've been around those quarterbacks that can throw the ball. He wasn't as consistent as you will want from an NFL quarterback. And I think they saw his talent when they drafted him, I think, number 10 overall. They saw the talent hoping that he can evolve, but I don't think it ever really happened. But that doesn't take away from who he, the person he was and everything else.
Yeah, I guess with he had injuries, and when I can't even talk. When Wisenhunt came in, it kind of that was the kiss of death for him ultimately. But
definitely. I mean, he was not him and Wisenhunt. I mean, that was like coffee and freaking Kool-Aid. Like it just didn't go together. Like I mean, they were. And I don't even know. I've never used that analogy. I don't even know why that popped in my head, but nevertheless. Him and Wisenhunt, dude. Like,
it done the trick.
Him and Wisenhunt was bad. Like, that was a bad mix, man.
So do you think they've evolved now, the Titans franchise? I mean, you keeping a, close eye on them with the management and everything else. Do you think they've evolved a lot in the 5 years since you've been there?
They're going in the right direction. I will, and I mean, this is, once again, I played in this game, so I've earned the right to be able to talk it. I wasn't the type of player where I just did crazy things. I studied. I was a leader on every team, a captain on every team. I was a student of the game. And I watched not only from the football field, but I watched how the football teams were run by owners, by GMs, by coaches, the overseer. I watched all of it on every single team, and I've learned a lot. Now, I can say they're in a better position than what they were. I do think they're still safe when it comes to acquiring, like just trades or draft, or I think they went out on the limb this year to get the D tackle. I thought they went out on the limb. I don't agree with how ESPN put all of that stuff out there when he was drafted. Yeah. I thought he was a stretch. I was like, whoa, this is way out of their comfort level to be able to draft this kid. But they drafted him. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, he can't play. He's going to start the season on punt. So, and once again, could you have gotten him in the second or third round and not spent the first round draft pick on him? I think you could have, because if people know he's going to start the season on a punt, you don't waste a first round pick on him. Go get somebody that's going to play and play now for you and be a contributor and an instant impact player for you. So it's going to be interesting on the makeup of this football team. You have some really good players. I think the quarterback situation is still shaky to me. I'm not high on Marcus Mariota. I think he's inconsistent. When he's good, but like I said, it's just you can get 2 good passes from him, then 9 passes where you look like, what the crap were you doing? So I think they got to get that better. Which I think Tannehill is going to play at some point. So we'll see.
Well, history shows that he'll play. With Marcus's career.
Yeah.
It's not good as a Titans fan. You're sitting here looking, when you retired, you're talking about a rookie quarterback, and here we are 5 years later, and there's a lot of the same questions that going into the draft about Mariota, and as a Titans fan, I watch it weekly. Sometimes he'll hit a guy in double, triple coverage. I remember last year in the Dallas game, he hit like the 6th receiver, Darius Jennings, like triple coverage. Then so many times Corey Davis got open. About nothing but grass in front of him. Marcus overthrow about 5-10 yards. So I mean, it's frustrating to watch. But
yeah, I agree 100%. I agree 100% with you. I think for Titans fans and just for people, for fans of the NFL, when you look at situations like this, I think by them not paying him right now, he should have been paid. I thought last year if he's been performing well, he should have been paid last year.
Yep.
But going into this year, if he doesn't perform and you let him walk, like I just think that's one of the craziest things that could happen. I would have traded him to get something for him and put him on a team where they're going to use him. But I don't know what you could have got for him. So I don't. If they let him walk, if he doesn't perform well this year, that's just the first round pick you wasted 5 years on, and you gave big money to in that 5th year.
And the thing is, they're probably going to be they're 9-7 the last 3 years. They're probably going to be somewhere drafting between 18 and 20 again next year. And there's not going to be quarterbacks at 18 and 20 that you're going to be wanting to start a new franchise with. I mean, probably.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because now if that happens, if they, history 3 years 9-7. So this is another argument that I shouldn't say argument, but a debate. When you look at people that, when teams, organizations bring in executives or coaches from the New England Patriots, I understand. I think John Robinson has been safe. Obviously 9-7 the last few years, or two. I think he's been in charge of 3 years or whatever. So he's been safe. They've been okay. Now, how long is the owner, Amy, is going to allow that? Like, you've got to take some steps forward to get your team consistently in the playoffs and not waiting on another team to lose or win for you to go in. I think with the draft pick, if you do, he's going to really show us who he is going into. Depending on if the season is a 9-7 season or 8-8 season and they miss the playoffs again, he's going to have to make some big time trades going into this fifth year. Going into the fifth year for him to show the team, okay, we all in, we ready to go. But to be honest with you, it shouldn't even got all the way here. They should have done some stuff already, in my opinion, to make this team, this organization better.
All right, man. Well, it's good to talk to you. I always love hearing you talk about football. I get really tickled watching Twitter and watching you interact. I mean, these guys, you are top of the game at your level in your profession, and these guys that play Madden their whole life gonna argue with you.
I was just looking it up. You had a 9-year career. The average is 3.3. You played almost 3 times the average NFL career, and they're going to argue with you over what they're doing on football.
And it's funny. I honestly, man, me and my wife sit back and laugh because when I tell her things that's been said. But, once again, it's fans. They don't really understand. But for me, I want to allow them in. I don't want to just shut you off. But at the same time, if you insult me, I'll say some things to kind of, dig back. But, for the most part, I want people to get in, understand who I am, and let's debate. Let's talk ball.
I had one of those moments during the NBA Finals because, I think I'm an NBA. I mean, I'm not going to argue football because I don't know the game of football, honestly, enough, like at that level to be arguing with an NFL pro. But now during the NBA Finals, Toronto would have kind of been lackluster during this one game all night long. Then they hit a stretch where Kawhi just went Jordan mode, and he'd scored 10 straight points. And Toronto, the crowd was wild. Drake was up acting a fool. Golden State looked tired. And then Toronto's coach called a timeout.
I remember seeing that from you.
Yeah, I was like, what? And I said, and I started tweeting, and I think I tweeted you about it. I think you and I tweeted about it at the time. But then I got on it, and Nick Van Exel and he was like, man, these people need to chill, acting like they know, like I've been in certain big games, and that happens. And I'm thinking, well, Nick Van Exel wasn't a star, but he was a pretty solid, point guard. So I guess I need to back up a little bit. I did tell him, I said, I think it's crazy, but you're the NBA player.
Right.
I still think it was nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, I think that's because when we watch it on TV, and I being out of football, I see it too. I can't just look at a screen because I see the game differently than a lot of people. So when I watch it, I know what's happening because I can see the whole formation. I can see everything that's happening, so I have to watch myself on what I say. That's why sometimes I don't even watch football when it's on, because I'm yelling and my kids hear me and I'm scaring my wife and I'm just looking like, dang. But with the Bernard Pollard show now, I gotta watch ball so I can, stay up on what's going on. So that way when I debate with a sucker, he knows exactly what I'm saying.
Well, tell our listeners where you can find it at. Tell them what's next on the next show. Like the last episode was the Brady versus Manning thing. So give them the locations where you can find it at, YouTube, whatever.
Oh man, so yeah, you guys can get on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, our SoundCloud, our podcast on SoundCloud is The Bernard Pollard Show. You can follow us on Facebook, The Bernard Pollard Show. And, as B just said, our last show, our last show was, we were talking about winning and losing culture in the National Football League. So that was our last one. I'm actually working on one now that I'm going to air either tonight or tomorrow. And we're just going to be talking about this proposal that the NFL owners gave to the NFLPA. So I'm excited about this one. I'm going to go a little bit deep, forward, just so fans can, speaking from for the fans and then for the players understanding what's going on. So it's the Bernard Pollard Show. You can come on, listen, subscribe, and hey, I'm gonna give you some good football talk.
All right, man.
Yeah, I'm fired up. I ain't watched football in years, and I'm going to go turn. I'm turning on ESPN when we get done. That was Bernard Bernard Pollard Jr. at CrushBoy31 on Twitter, at B Pollard Jr. on Instagram, and the Bernard Pollard Show on YouTube. Man, we appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on there and heckle the hell out of you next video you post.
You're gonna see some.
Let's get it.
You're gonna see some ridiculous tweets that don't even make sense. That's me trying to talk football to you. That's whenever you see that.
Well, let's get it then.
Let's get it.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you catching up with us. I'll see you soon.
All right, y'all take it easy. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks, man.
Bernard Pollard, folks.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. I get fired up every time I hear him talk, man. I forget. I just forget how much he gets you riled up. That's why he was a captain.
Yeah, I just wanted to him to touch on those things. 'Cause, I mean, the Brady Manning thing is obviously a controversial thing, but it's his opinion. Like you said, everybody's so too damn soft. But just one time we can magically all get on the internet and you say something, I say something, and we can agree to disagree on it.
Yeah.
But that's not how things work in this world. So anyway, I've always
There's
liked
still
Bernard.
people that haven't listened to Trey Crowder's interview.
I'm sure of that. So we're moving on now. That cut out some other stuff that we were going to talk.
That's a good cut, though.
Oh, absolutely. And we've been messaging all week that how that came about. I was telling Lucas before the show. I saw his Instagram story and I commented on it and said, "Hey, I barely missed you." I might have said this on air. I can't remember, but he was at Disney right after I was there, and we kind of messaged back and forth. And I was like, "Hey, jump on with us again. Holler at us, about your podcast or your show." And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And like I said, I don't get the notification sent to my phone. I just happened to look at an Instagram thing, and there was a message there from him. So had I not looked at it, so
good timing.
So thanks, Bernard. Appreciate you coming on, but. Lucas, there's one thing I did notice a lot in Florida. The Disney was okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about, we'll get to some points about Disney. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We know with baby Jack on the way in 7 weeks, there's not going to be a Disney trip in the next at least 3 years, 4 years. Bayless enjoyed it. I think Waylon and his buddy Eli enjoyed it. We rode some rides. I snuck on Space Mountain because I've heard Ric Flair talk about Space Mountain all the time, even though Ric Flair is referring to his baby arm of a penis that he's got.
Right.
Oldest ride in the park, still the longest line.
I'm confused. Which one?
I rode the actual ride.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ric Flair was not there. I'm a celebrity stalker.
Yeah,
but I did not see Ric Flair.
I've heard that referred to as the D rider, so I didn't know.
Yeah. So what happened was I told Lindsay, I was like, I want the fast passes for Space Mountain and for Flight of Passage, what everybody needs tells me I need to ride. Right. So we get there to the resort. She goes, I don't have you. I was like, I can't wait to do Space Mountain tomorrow. She goes, I don't have you pass for Space Mountain. So long story short, I was like, this is BS. I'm getting on that ride. So Waylon and Eli went. They had fast passes for us. So I scanned my badge and like, sir, your wristband didn't. I was really, my wife signed me up for a fast pass. I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah.
Are you with these boys? Yes, sir. Well, go ahead.
I
done that the rest of the time, man. I rode every ride in Disney after that. But I had a big time. On that. But I tell you where a man goes. Forget all the dating apps and everything. If you're a single man, specifically, and it don't matter what city you're in,
right?
Because I see it every time we're in Mount Juliet. Single man just needs to get on a bench and go to Target.
Oh yeah.
You've been to a Target.
The only thing I was waiting for was to get out.
You need to open your eyes, take off your sunglasses.
I just want to get out of Target whenever I'm in it.
Don't look. Don't do it. No. Well, you're wired differently.
Yeah.
Most men.
I would say we've touched on this. We live different lives.
I mean, it's not. I'm just, not you and I, but you and most people. Like,
that's true.
At least a man will.
Yeah.
Most men still notice things.
Yeah.
And Lucas, I don't know. Sometimes I'm glad I'm on this side of the table.
Sometimes it wouldn't matter if you were or not. I can still get you.
Easy, Stacy Spivey.
I've been doing jiu-jitsu, so I can hold you down.
Oh, I thought you meant just throw it over the table on me.
Oh, well, either way.
But I've come to the real reality here that, me and my wife have been together for 14 years.
Right.
But if anything ever happens, I've vowed after being in Florida for 10 days, I will never be with another white woman.
Oh, really?
I'm going Latino.
Oh, say Latino, Cuban
or
maybe.
something. So what I've been doing is I've been working on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, the big booty J-Lo stuff, it's real.
Oh, yeah.
It's everywhere, and they just come by talking trash.
Yeah.
I want you to know if you know what I say.
Okay.
And this is look, I ain't took Spanish for Dummies.
Right.
Okay. But I did used to copy off Keely Cherry in Spanish, then go hang out in the hallways during Peanuts classes.
Right.
Mami, tiranca el mango tu con tanta carne mientras yo pasa hambre.
I got a few of the words.
How was that? It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I got a few of the words, but I don't know what it meant.
So do you think if I walked up to a woman and said in that tone, honey, you with so much meat while I'm starving, you think I'll get hit?
You with so much meat, why I am starving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you say it like, if you go, honey, with so much meat, why I am starving, I don't think if you said it like that, you'd get hit. You get a confused look. Now,
if I said,
honey, why with so much meat, why am I starving? Why I'm starving?
While I'm starving.
While I'm starving.
How about this one? Sus labios se van solitos cuarion canacaras con los míos.
Oh, phew.
You know what I said to you right there?
No, tell me.
Your lips look lonely. Will they like to meet mine? Am I getting any Cuban panties on this?
Cuban panty droppers is what the name of this list is.
Well, let me keep working here.
Mm-hmm.
Tuenes unos ojos tan belos que podrías curar hastes un ciego.
Oof. I mean, they're coming down.
Yeah.
They're coming down. What was that one?
You have such beautiful eyes that you could even cure a blind man.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
You could pick up white women with that.
I think so.
You couldn't pick up one Cuban with it.
You don't think so?
No,
but I've already. This is my point. I'm not going to Target to pick up white women in St. Petersburg. I'm going to get the Latina heat.
You need to learn some French or something. You need to do some of those in French and say it to them.
Eddie Murphy used to say, "You could say I got to shit poo poo," and get the women.
Yeah.
2 more, and see if I get any better with these.
You got to roll them R's. Roll them R's when you come out.
I know. I've tried. Mommy, tu cantantes curves while yo sin franos. What'd I say?
I don't know, honey. Something.
It says, baby, you have so many curves and I know brakes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh-huh. That's, yeah, one more.
So that's not getting it?
That's not it. This
is the one. I'll save the best for last.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. If you don't either want to get the bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
Mommy, si cocinas tal como tú mueves mi comer el menú completo.
I don't know, man. I'm a little wet. What is it? What does it mean?
Honey, if you cook as good as you move, I will eat the entire menu.
Those are, if you can learn to roll your R's, you're picking up every white woman, but never one Cuban, I don't think. I don't know. If you just set them all.
Surely to hell I find a whore Cuban in the mix of all.
There's got to be one that'll go, I mean, he's trying.
I get harder than a diamond in a ice storm listening to Telemundo TV anyway.
Yeah, and all they're saying is there's a storm blowing out of the north.
Oh my! No, that's hot.
Yeah.
You ever turn on Telemundo?
No, I don't.
One time we was at a hotel about 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I had a friend that I won't mention that was sitting crisscross applesauce. Turned it on Telemundo and hid the remote. And said, "Yep.
That's all we're watching." I could have told you who the friend was
without
after you said he hid the remote.
You could. Most of my 90% of my stories are that guy
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Have you ever? What is the maddest you? What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I know we both have road rage. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever got so mad at somebody for passing you though? Like
You pass them back.
no, I mean like most of the time if like somebody's going too slow, you get mad at, or somebody rides your bumper, you get mad at. Right?
Mhm.
That's the two occurrences usually that
Yeah.
happens. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This week I was going to work, and I think I know the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad thing, but I was in a hurry, and it wasn't that he wasn't driving fast enough. I was working with my boss this week,
Right.
and I didn't want to be
late,
But,
yeah.
you know, I wasn't going to be late, but I didn't want to leave a bad impression getting there at 6:55.
Right.
You know, instead of like 6:45. It looks different
Mm-hmm.
rolling on two wheels. So I was passing this guy like where the Jehovah's Witness
Yeah.
place is at on the
Cookville.
grade.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's like, I think it's a little passing zone right there for a
It
minute.
is.
Well, I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even paying attention because I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. And the dude, like I said, was going normal speed, but I thought I can pass this guy
Right.
and at least get around him just in case he goes slow on County Farm. Was I'm passing him, all I'm doing is looking back to see if I have clearance to cut back in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm doing, I hear, go, go, go. And he's hanging out the freaking window, motioning me around. Crazy.
Mad.
And I was like, whoa. And I just laughed at him and threw my hand up.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, is this real life that this guy he got all my ass just going like, you know, just then
Mm-hmm.
I waved. I'm like, dude, look, man. I wouldn't ain't like I rode your butt. Like I come up on him because I just passed two other cars.
Right.
Then I was like, well, I'll just go ahead and pass this guy too.
Mm-hmm. You didn't slow down as you went around him, did you?
I looked because actually, as I was looking to see if I had clearance, I was hearing because I had my radio down.
Mm-hmm. The
I was
only
like-
thing that would make me mad about that situation is if you had done that and then started to pass me and then slowed down to either the same speed I was going or
Yeah.
slower.
Well, he, in typical fashion of road rage people, sped up as I was passing.
Oh yeah.
Because he was like, well, by God, what? I ain't going fast enough. Why? Somebody's passed you, so let them pass you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But then as I got and looked at my review, I was like,
This is temper tantrum weather. Don't forget that.
Yeah. But I was at 6:53.
I mean, at the beginning of the day.
And I was like, wait, I think I know this guy.
Yeah.
And I like the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I told Lindsay, if you see him this week, ask him if that was him.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait to see him because after I think we caught eyes in the mirror and he probably seen my truck, he never got close to me again. Like he probably like, oh shit, I was acting crazy.
I know it.
And then it's Dustin.
Yeah.
But I was just like, whoa.
PJ Browning one time was coming up behind me. We were leaving work whenever I was at Bonnell, and he was too. I didn't know what vehicle he was in. He had picked somebody's up and was taking it home to fix it. And I was driving, and he was riding my bumper, and I couldn't get in any lane that he didn't get right behind me. And I didn't know it was PJ. I didn't know who it was. Me and PJ were lifting weights together at that point in time. So we was hanging out a lot. And he came up behind me and he was riding my bumper. And then as you're coming down the last hill in Carthage before you get to the McDonald's, I got over in the other lane, and he finally got over in the left lane. And I was fuming. I already had I was already rolling my window down. I was getting ready to hang out. I thought, you know what? I'm going to jump out of this damn window. I might just let this truck go. I might not even pull it park. I'm going to try to leap from this truck over to that truck and just, I might rip this guy out of the roof of this thing. And so I'm giving it the one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on the door, waiting, giving it the right, looking out the window and the left, just staring at the left and peeking back at the front window. I thought, man, this guy's about to have some words. And I'm furious. I'm hot. He's been doing this for like 2 or 3 miles, And PJ Browning pulls up beside of me, and he's laughing so hard that he's got one eye open. He's red-faced, and he's crying, knowing what it is, knowing what happened. And instantly I wasn't mad anymore, and I knew what was going on. But that was the maddest that I've ever been in a vehicle, and it was PJ just messing with me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
And it's him. That
Yeah,
sounds just like him.
yeah.
I can see the face he's been making
Yeah.
right now. Oh, man. Hey, I could visit with a old buddy yesterday. Jeremy Hammer was home all
Oh,
weekend.
really?
Yep. He never did come up.
yeah. No, I didn't see him.
He mentioned that he might ride up and holler at you.
Yeah, I wished he did.
Man, I tell you, he texted me and said that, he was coming home.
I was gone a lot last week, so he may have, and I may have missed him.
Well, I just tell you, you couldn't. I never see him. We were
Yeah.
trying to see when we talked or seen each other last, and maybe up a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I tell you, he's fun to talk to. You know what I love about Jeremy is obviously he's done a lot of good things. He does a lot of mission stuff. We've talked about how his Jeremy will get tickled about this. That he was the first wedding I was ever in.
Right.
So the protocol when you're going to a rehearsal dinner or for somebody, I'm thinking, yeah, man,
Mm-hmm.
I bought 18 beers. We're pounding them on the way.
Yeah.
You and I, you were there.
We pre-gamed a little bit, I believe.
Pre-gamed a little bit, had some beers. I'm like, all right, man, hey, where are we going? The Mousetrap? We're going to the Catch?
Yeah.
Where are we seeing some titties at? He's like, oh, man, I'm actually getting baptized tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, what?
I remember that.
We were like, dude, what?
Oh, okay.
I'm calling AJ and Brad. I'm like, hey, turn around.
Yeah, don't. Hey, this ain't what we thought. This ain't what we thought.
But, he don't judge me because he knows I'm doing the best I can. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He knows what kind of guy. He knows my. He knows down deep what kind of person I am because we've been friends for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll try myself around him. No, I try not to go completely DK on him. I try to, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I try to. It's just always good to catch up and talk about the kids. Talking about. Like we say, there ain't no booklet on this parenting thing like you and I say a lot. Me and Jeremy will talk about the kids and talk about this and that, but then I got to throw in some DK stories, too.
Right.
And I never get the sense that even though, his life has went completely different, about, with church and stuff, he don't look, I never get the sense that, because we've been buddies for 20 years and just best of friends, that he never's like, man, what's wrong with this guy?
Right. Yeah.
Because turns out he's got friends that turned out worse.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. For sure
so
he does.
I think
when you're in that situation, it's not a situation. It's just, life takes you in different directions, right?
Yeah.
So whenever you're in that situation, what you ultimately understand is it's to each their own and to each in their own time, right? So it may hit you when you're 27 or 28, however old he was, And then again, it may not hit you until you're 70, and you're
that's right.
It's to each their own and to each their own time. And I know Jeremy well enough to know that he's I wouldn't say he had a varied past. It ain't like he was a hell raising delinquent anyway. But he's got a varied enough story to know that and understand it and not be pompous about it.
Yeah, I'd probably have.
I don't know if that come out as a compliment, but it was meant to. It was meant to come out as a compliment, Jeremy. So please don't take that wrong if it didn't come out.
Yeah,
like
that. But he I think he appreciates my honesty.
Right.
I'm not going to be down there getting filthy mouthed on him or nothing. Even though I did drop a couple yesterday for him just telling stories. But I just love that guy, and And I'm not saying just because I know he's going to listen to it this week, but I do. I love him. Linda and Anthony. That's like my second mama right there.
Yeah.
Linda's like my second mom completely. Any mom that calls you DK,
Mm-hmm.
and Anthony's always, Anthony's awesome. I can listen to his stories all the time, and it was just great to catch up. And it got me thinking about an old story that I forgot entirely about, and Jeremy's probably forgot about this until. And this is enough time has passed to where I can tell this story.
Right.
I don't think I've ever told this on air. Almost positive I hadn't.
Do I know it?
Probably at some point in the last 20 years. Yeah, you've heard it. Somewhere between my freshman and sophomore year, not driving yet, a friend of one of my buddy's sisters hooks me up with this girl from Macon County.
Yeah.
I say hook up like we're doing anything at 15 and 16.
Right.
We're not going anywhere. I don't have a license. So I'm sitting at home one day, and the girl calls me. She's like, hey, and time has faded my memory, but I don't remember if it was her dad or her stepdad. I'm guessing her dad was in the hospital. I don't know. Maybe her dad was in the hospital. Her mom was there with him. Stepdad, whatever the case, she was home alone.
Right.
And she was wanting DK to give her a holler.
Uh-huh.
Well, the problem is, when I'm supposed to tell my mom, hey, Mom, take me over and drop me off at this old girl's house.
Yeah.
A lot of parents may get down like that. Miranda wouldn't want that would drop you off.
Yeah.
So I called Jeremy. Hey, brother, I need a favor.
Need a ride.
Well, Cockblock Central there sits on the couch and chit chats with us like we're meeting the family for 20 minutes. I'm like, dude, come on, leave.
He said, "Oh, we're going to visit. Okay, let's go visit.
How's your mama and them?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here,
I know
man.
your daddy."
So finally, get him out of there. He's like, just call me when you want me to come pick you up. All right.
Yeah.
At 15, you could probably go sit in the driveway for 35 seconds.
I'll be out in a minute. Yeah.
So we go back, and we kind of sit there on the couch for a minute. And God forbid, I don't know why I always think it's a good idea to tell stuff on myself on this show.
Right.
But we go back to where what the white people on MTV Cribs say where the magic happens.
Right.
And we're sitting there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty green wet behind the ears to say a little green.
Yeah.
And don't really know my way around
Mm-hmm.
at the time. And we're just kind of, we didn't play any hiding games or anything. We didn't get that far.
Right.
Because we're sitting there frolicking around and hear a car door shut.
Oof.
Oh, no. Daddy or stepdaddy, whichever one lived at home with her, come in.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Run out the back door. As soon as he's walking in the back door, there's two different back doors,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm running out the side one kinda, and they have a little shed. She's like, just stay here for a minute. I'll be right back. So she goes in and talks to him, calms him down, comes back with a cord.
Oh, so he saw you?
No, he didn't. No, just
Calmed him.
Yeah. I don't know why I said calm down.
Oh, okay.
But just talk to him, trying to get him settled in.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And so she brings me the cordless phone.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Anthony answers, yeah. Let me holler at Jeremy. What? Let me holler at Jeremy. Hell, I think it's Dustin. Hey, man, look here. Our daddy came home. Horse laugh.
Yeah.
I said, man, quit bullshitting. Get over here.
Yeah.
Man, I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the white Grand Prix.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear it coming up the road.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was trying to shut off. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
She's in the house. I'm a long gone
Yeah.
guy here behind the shed. And I see him, so I kind of creep out behind the shed and going to start running down in this little field next to it. Boom.
Right past.
Middle finger out the middle finger out the window.
Yeah.
Prick.
Yeah.
So and he don't come back.
He
I have to
didn't come
run. I have to run all the way down there. So he goes back and tells Linda and Anthony we have a big timeline. That was 99, I guess.
Bam.
2009. I'm at Tootsie's. I say, hey, honey, give me I need 2 Bud Lights. She goes, you're Dustin Kennedy. And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
She said, I'm
Blah, blah, blah.
swear to God, I don't know her name. I don't remember her name. And I said, oh my God, are you serious? She was a waitress at Tootsie's.
Really?
Yeah, 10 years later.
That's funny.
Uh-huh.
That's a good story.
Goodness
I wish he would have made you walk all the way home.
Oh, that's a long way.
It's a long way.
This house was close to where Elliot Brown lives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It wasn't around the corner.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Hey,
I know we ain't seen each other in a while, but we're 2 hours in right now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That
So
sucks.
your page is not getting any shorter over there, and so I'm gonna have to call it right here.
We may have to do a bonus show this week.
It'll be good. It'll be fine with me.
We have to.
Hey, folks, we weren't fighting. We weren't feuding. We were just busy. We love you. We love y'all. We love y'all for sure. If y'all are still
I
there.
love you so much. I love each and every one of you.
If y'all are still there and still
So
listening,
much.
thank you very much. We're back. We'll be back at it on hopefully our normal schedule again. And
Well, what? Let's just go and iron it out. What are you doing?
Hold on. I forgot to iron out the biggest thing. We figured out what we're gonna have this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. We figured.
Hey.
We figured out what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a little boy.
Bam.
Another little boy. Bam. How about them
Must
apples?
have done it the same way I did.
Yeah.
You want to
must
share it
have.
off air how we done it?
Yeah. We. I'll show you. Hold on.
What?
What?
It don't sound safe.
Yeah. You're not gonna like it, but but yeah, we're gonna have another little boy.
That's what Kara told me.
Yeah. Yes. She's. It's awful.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate the text. Let me know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anytime, buddy.
That was
Anytime.
awesome.
Yeah. You know how I found out about yours, right?
Yeah, well, you've heard. You're dramatic
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah. I'm not the one that just brought up, just brought that up. So, who's
Well,
dramatic
good.
now, bitch?
When'd you find out?
Monday. Found out Monday.
Oh, 6 days ago.
6 days ago. Yeah. 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 If you'd have been here Wednesday night, you'd have found out though. So
Well, you've
let's not complain too much.
you've
about
actually
it.
been
Let's
in
not
you've been in
complain
you've been in
too much
shut the
about
fuck
it.
up. You've actually
Let's
shut the
let's
fuck up. You've been in Coupler for
settle. settle it
jiu-jitsu
down a little
every
bit.
Wednesday.
Settle-
Every Wednesday.
No,
you do
actually, I
jiu-jitsu.
didn't. I didn't even get to go this week.
Well, I know, but how was I to know that until 6:30? You text me.
What did you say?
Or is that the 5 fingers?
Yeah.
Am
I'm
I about to
getting
get
warmed up.
smacked?
I'm
Do you have
warm-
baby powder on the palm of your hand?
I'm warming them up.
I've been
I'm
done
about
like
to
that
take
before.
5 fingers to the face.
Bitch. can we give a rundown of what we're going to talk about on the next show then?
No.
No.
See you later, folks.
No, that's bullshit. It's are you? What do you do on Thursdays?
I'm sorry.
So can we do it this Thursday?
Maybe we'll have to see. I've got an odd schedule that I really don't know until the day of what's going to happen. I really don't know until like 2 or 3 o'clock what's going to happen on.
So on the next
Tuesday
show,
through
we're gonna answer some of our listener questions from Shane Keith, Leanne Mills, Michael Vest, Kristen Heflin, Jeremy Mackey, and Brittany Daly.
Yeah.
And Slim Allen.
Bam.
We're going to talk about the concert season coming up.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the next OLR podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not official. We just trying to get some ideas.
Okay.
I met Tom Wopat, Luke Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard today.
That's the second time but you went and saw him
Today.
Yeah, but you saw him before.
No, it was
recently.
John Snyder.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is the one I hadn't met.
Okay.
Turns out we were going to Opera Mills. Guess where he was at?
Opera Mill?
Beside Opera Mills.
Wow.
Bam. That's what Twitter will do.
Huh.
Curtis Hatcher suggested that me and Lindsay are struggling to find a middle name. Well, guess what? We're going to have the great listeners of the One Lane Road podcast.
Suggest middle names.
We ain't going to use a goddamn one of them.
Yeah, I was like, it'll never. We'll never use any of them,
but we're going to get some suggestions.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done a proper happy 40th birthday to my man Clint Fraley.
Bam.
So Cody Jinks sold out Red Rocks in Colorado last night.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a long show.
Yep. So good thing we're gonna come back next in a few days.
Yeah.
Can we get a bonus show? These listeners,
we'll try.
They need
all I
something.
can tell you is we'll try.
Lucas,
we'll try. We love you,
Lucas.
We love you, everybody. Congratulations to me on
obviously
on the baby,
on having sex with your wife.
Bam!
That was
I knew
awesome.
one of these days it was going to happen, and now I've got proof.
You only have to do it once. That's what I hear. That's what I've experienced 3 times. I've said sex 3 times in 14 years.
And you got 3 to show for it.
2 and 1 on the 2 and 1 on the belly.
You just now figured out what caused it the first.
And I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like the practice of it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun thing. I was trying to come up with that Forrest Gump quote, but I couldn't. Not Forrest Gump, but the Water Boy.
It's even better when you
the Water Boy quote.
I don't remember the Water Boy.
I couldn't remember it good enough to get it, and she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Said, you want to get kinky? Speak in Telemundo.
Yeah, I'm going to. I can roll my R's. I can't.
Try one. Say Ricardo Rodriguez.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
No.
It's forced a little bit, isn't it?
Now say it without
with my chewing gum in. I can't.
Say Razor Ramon.
I can't.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah, there's no L in it. I don't know what you're saying.
Razor. Razor.
Yeah. You got the L's out. You took the L's out.
Razor. I curled them too. I rolled them. I didn't roll them. I curled them a little bit.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah. There's still no L's in it. So
where am I saying an L at?
Whenever you start curling your arm.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Chico.
Yeah, you're putting an L in the front of it for some reason.
Razor. Am I?
Yeah, a little bit. There's an L in there somewhere. I don't know if it's before or after the R you're putting it in.
I think you're wrong. Can you contact me via text message this week and let me know when we're going to come talk about all these other stuff?
You know better than that. I'm.
Well, all right. That's our lifestyle, guy. That's our relationship. Known as son of a bitch for 25 years. I get 1 text back out of 5. Then one day he wakes up with his panties not in a wad, and I get 45 fucking gifs, whatever you want to call them. Then he won't stop.
I was like, it goes from none, I won't text you back, to bam, 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 bam.
Like won't stop.
As I was doing it the other day, I thought, if Dustin's phone is laying down somewhere and somebody's listening to it, they're going to say, man, you got a lot of text coming up. And he would just have to turn around and go, it's Lucas. It's Lucas. He's the only one that does that.
It's the only one. When my wife is pissed, when Lucas is in a good mood.
You get 12 in a row.
All
right. We're done. Love you, everybody. We'll see you later.